Hello everyone, my name is Shane Nagel. I am your ELA for this typography class for the next 12 weeks. You are either my Group 1 or Group 2. There's a big bunch of you. It's very exciting for me. This is the first time I've taught this or delivered this class online. I have taught it or delivered it twice at university at Swinburne, 2014, 2015. And the material is fantastic. I really like these projects. I love the way they're cumulative. The last big poster design, which is a real challenge, uses all the skills that we're teaching you from projects 1 through to 3. So there are 4 projects. I'm sure you've read yourself around Blackboard a little bit so far. You're probably pretty familiar. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just want to say welcome. Thank you very much. And also show you a little bit around the site. You've got your 4 most important sections here. Learning material section, studio. Discuss is the tab that takes you through discussion board, which is where you and I will always interact, and you will interact with each other. And WordPress is a link that is not yet active. It's for you to remind you to set up your own WordPress site and use it for this class. You can use an existing one, you can set up a new one, it doesn't really matter. The purpose of the WordPress site is to mimic the classroom environment where you're working away, you're taking notes, you're gathering it all into one place. And we want that place to be digitally, an online version of your kind of workstation is WordPress. We just want you to throw everything up there that you do, that you come across, that you create, that you research, that you find, and put it all there. Then you'll be able to individually invite some friends over, some classmates, to give you a few comments, perhaps discuss some aspects of what you're working on, give you some feedback, and then that feedback will help you decide what to present to discussion board for critique from myself and from the rest of the class. So the discussion board is mainly used for critique, feedback, discussion, and interaction. WordPress is a storage facility for all of your process documentation that you will accumulate over the next 12 weeks. And in effect, you'll go to that WordPress site to decide what to put into your printed design process document, one of which goes along with each of the 4 major projects. Inside learning materials, we have sort of a general introduction each week. And then in Studio, we have the weekly reading, weekly videos, and then in 3 out of 4 cases there'll be a launching of a brief. This week we have brief 1, word and meaning assignment, and also there's normally going to be an activity, some kind of weekly activity that you're supposed to do and share with us and me on discussion board. So that's it really. All the information that you need for that is now on discussion board. So if you click through to the Discuss portal and go to your learning group and click down to group discussion board, that's the long way around. There's also a link over here on the left hand side of the main menu. You go in here and you'll see this week we've got 3 different threads. The first thread is a place for you to put your WordPress links. The second portal allows you to find the necessary word and material for your project. So if your surname starts with N, like mine, I would be doing normal wood. So the word is normal, the material I would have to use is wood, and out of that material I basically create an original letter form or series of letter forms that make up the word normal. And also the idea is to communicate about your word and about your material through that association. There's a Pinterest board link here for your inspiration, and that's essentially where you post any questions and begin to perhaps ask anything that comes to mind this week about the first project. Then the third link is the weekly activity called Who Are You? And there's an InDesign template located for that in the studio links. It's also located here. There's an IDML template located here as well for you. That was the other thing. This book, Alan Lupton's book, Thinking with Type, is one of the resources that we strongly recommend you access It's part of the reading material. There's an online version of this on the website, which we will be referring you to throughout this class. And I just highly recommend the book. She is one of the best scholars on communication design that I've come across in the last 10 years. And her books are beautifully produced, and her tasks are sensible and intelligent. Typography can sort of be like a blind spot. Until you start looking at typography, it's almost like you wouldn't know it was there. And then when you start looking at it, you might even fall in love with it. It's so much fun to work with.